There was a time when no one could have imagined Jay-Z honoring his arch nemesis Nas, but today, that's exactly what's happening. Nonchalantly putting a storied rap beef to end, Hub unveiled his newest title-exclusive playlist, a 24-hour track homage to Nas. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at how Nas goes off on Jay-Z for hating him. Yeah, you heard it right. While it may seem hard to tell now, the two New York rappers were entangled in a scalding feud for years back in the late 90s and early 2000s, taking jabs at each other as recently as 2018. If you think the beef between Pusha T and Drake was messy, you haven't seen anything yet. Jay-Z's mother, Gloria Carter, even had to step in at one point. If you aren't familiar, you'll soon see why the feud between Jay-Z and Nas is the prototypical rap beef, igniting the hip-hop community in New York City and around the world, and even spawning its own verb to denote one rapper obliterating another with a diss track. Some claim that Rockefeller artist and Jay-Z protege Memphis Bleek was brought into the feud with his first single from his coming-of-age album, Memphis Bleek Is, which has arguable similarities to Nas Is Like. Most notably, however, is the track What Do You Think of That, where Bleek raps, "My whole team rocks, we don't speak to cats, I'm a ball till I fall, what do you think of that?" Then Nas fired back with Nostradamus, directly referring to the lyrics on What Do You Think of That? I need an encore, y'all. You should welcome me back. You want a ball till you fall? I can help you with that. Memphis Bleek decided to step things up with a diss that cannot be misinterpreted. On My Mind Right, he references Nas' second studio album, It Was Written. Your lifestyle's written, so who you supposed to be? Play your position, while also assuring everyone he thinks very little of his rival. It's beef, I'ma see you, and bang you till you hang up. Your life is a lie, but here's the truth. You ain't hyped to die, but you hyped to shoot. Nas responded to Bleek with Stillmatic, referring to several members of the Rockefeller crew, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, and of course Memphis Bleek. RIP the freeway, shoot through Memphis with money bags, stop in Philly, order cheesesteaks, and eat beans fast. And then going directly to Huff, asking, is he H to the Izzo, M to the Izzo? Then Jay-Z performed a freestyle at Hot 97 Summer Jam, taking jabs at Prodigy of Mobb Deep and Nas, and people were shook. This is where the beef really gets juicy. A polished version of the song, Takeover, appeared on his 2001 album, The Blueprint, and Jay-Z did not come to play. On the Kanye West produced track, he calls Nas a has-been, saying he has one hot album every 10 years, average, questions his street cred, and basically comes for him at every level. To many rap fans, Nas' music career seemed dead and gone after Takeover. It soon became clear that Nas would not go down without a fight. On his 2001 album Stillmatic, he unleashed Ether, a diss track that would go down in history. Nas responded to Jay-Z's claims of being a has-been by reminding him that he's been in the rap game much longer. I got this locked since 91, I'm the truest, name a rapper that I ain't influenced. He then proceeded to attack his street cred and accuse him of copying his style. In 88, you was getting chased to your building, calling my crib, and I ain't even give you my numbers. All I did was give you a style for you to run with. He also accused Jay of selling out. Y'all guys deal with emotions like bitches. What's sad is I love you because you're my brother. You traded your soul for riches. He called Jay-Z ugly, a misogynist, employed a lot of unsavory homophobic slurs against him, and alluded to an affair that he had with Foxy Brown. He also mentioned that Eminem outshined him in his own song Renegade, and that Hov stole his rhyming skills from Biggie. Stillmatic on the whole was heralded as a proper comeback by critics and fans alike, after a string of lackluster releases from the Queen's rapper. The beef and the album led to Nas' Lost tapes being released. Then, God's Son, which to many cemented his status as New York City's best MC for years to come. People were shook by Takeover, but Ether was on another level. After being absolutely obliterated by Nas, Jay-Z was not gonna let him have the last word with Ether. Enter Super Ugly, which samples Nas' own Get Yourself a, Ellipses, and Dr. Dre's Bad Intentions. Jay-Z dished out his fair share of insults, but he twisted the knife on Super Ugly, bragging about having an alleged 3-year-long affair with Nas' girlfriend, Carmen Bryan. A lot of people thought that Jay took things way too far. His own mother, Gloria Carter, even called into a local radio station, Hot 97, saying he should apologize to Nas and his family. Huff called in soon after, apologizing to his mother and any female listeners that he may have offended with his lyrics. In the two rappers' native New York City, the atmosphere was particularly intense. Radio stations like Hot 97 would encourage the feud by playing Ether and Super Ugly back to back. At one point, they even took a poll about the beef, with 58% of listeners saying they preferred Ether to Super Ugly. The consensus seemed to point to Nas as the winner. Ether has since become an emblematic diss track, with rappers reinterpreting it for their beef purposes. A recent example would be Remy Ma's Sheether, aimed at Nicki Minaj. Since Nas dropped the song, ether has been frequently used as a verb to denote one rapper asserting their dominance over the other using a diss track. The beef continued to sizzle, and Jay-Z attacked Nas again on the title track of his Blueprint 2 album, claiming that he's more generous than him, once again questioning his street cred, and even referencing his super ugly apology encouraged by his mother. "My mama can't save you this time, you are history." After Nas's response on The Last Real N-Word to Live, where he compared the beef between he and Jay-Z to Scarface and suggested that Of is nothing more than a footnote in the history of New York hip-hop. The two basically had a ceasefire, with only minor shots being fired and Jay temporarily retiring with the Black Album. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.